Here I am with Henry, Ruth, Rob, and oh, look who's here, it's R2-D2. What's that, R2? Not a word, anyone? But Daisy Ridley's joining us later, right? No, still nothing. Roll titles. Show before Christmas! Yay! And we've got a great festive sofa for you. I tell you, I couldn't be more excited if I was Boris Johnson hearing an exit poll. Wow, look at that. Poetry in motion. Actually, to be fair to Boris, he hasn't crowed too much, has he? I mean, even when he retained his own seat on election night. That's him with, who is it, Lord Buckethead, Elmo, Count Binface. And do you know what? In fairness, he made a point of going around and shaking hands with all those comedy joke candidates that never stood a chance of winning. He did. Oh, poor Jezza. Today, it's the Christmas holidays. Have you all set your work emails to out of office? Have you? Have you? Because it's a lovely phrase, isn't it? Out of office. Yes, it's finally happened. He's been impeached, but that just means that he goes to trial in the Senate, controlled by Republicans, so he won't be going to jail anytime soon. But at least that will save us from those heartbreaking scenes of poor, distraught Melania waving her husband goodbye at the prison gates. Bye! Hey, let's get some guests on! Later, from Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker, we'll be joined by Daisy Ridley, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll have a festive musical performance from Robbie Williams. But first, he's an actor, presenter, all-round funny guy who's back as Uncle Bryn for the Christmas special of Gavin and Stacey. It's Rob Brydon, everybody! Look at you. Hello. Merry Christmas. Come in. Joining Rob is the co-creator of Gavin and Stacey. She's a BAFTA-winning actor, best-selling novelist, and now she's back as Nessa. Please welcome Ruth Jones! Hello, my dear. Merry Christmas. Come in. Two. There you go. Show business. And this man played a villain in Mission Impossible Fallout, Earth's greatest hero as Superman, and now he's battling monsters in the new fantasy series, The Witcher. Please welcome Henry Cavill! Oh, you're trailing. There you go. Something in the bottle. Hello, Chris. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Come in, sit down. Sit! Yeah, just shove it behind you, you'll be fine. You're not standing again, you'll be fine. That lady nearly lost it. She was, as I was going through the list of your credits, she was going, say Henry Cavill! Say Henry Cavill! He's here, look, he's right there. That's your life. And talking of that, isn't there a park where you go to walk?
Yes. There is someone, I haven't seen this gentleman ever, so if you're watching, please listen up. He does a Lois Lane impression whenever I'm walking my dog in the park. And he screams at the top of his voice, shouting, "Help me, save me, Superman, save me." And I've still never seen him.
Yeah,
and he's done it 20, 25 times.
Like, annoying, but also quite funny.
Yes. It's tough not to smile.
And now, Ruth, look at you and your beefcake sandwich. Yeah? Because, you know...
Oh! I thought you were something about my top, then.
I'm thinking, but these are flowers.
They're flowers.
Beefcake sandwich.
You've got two hunks astride you. It's as simple as that.
Not quite astride, Rob.
The night is young.
We are old friends.
Yes, but Henry, obviously, you know, Man of Steel, etc. But Rob Rob, you have...
Man of what?
Well, no, but you have an accolade
Yes.
as a certain sort of man.
Oh, where
A
is this
very
going?
special honour in Wales.
Oh, I know where this is going. Yes.
The Western Mail, wasn't it?
Yes, they have a thing in Wales, the sexiest, the 50 sexiest men in Wales. And shut up. And this was about 10 years ago, and I came in at a very respectable 47.
Wow. Okay. I think we've got the article here. There you are. Where are you? Oh,
47.
Actually, look, you're looking so sultry down
Aren't
there.
I?
Just beside John Humphreys. That's something when you see sexier than John Humphreys.
Only just.
Now, great Christmas treats tonight. The return of Gavin and Stacey, Star Wars, Robbie Williams, and we begin with Henry's epic new show, The Witcher. This is currently streaming on Netflix. So, The Witcher, like, people might know that name, but explain who is The Witcher, what's he getting up to, what's occurring?
Okay, The Witcher... What's occurring? The Witcher is based on a series of books by a guy called Andrew Sapkowski, and it is a fantasy genre series of books. And on the place called the Continent, which is the landmass where everyone lives, the typical fantasy tropes of gnomes, elves, dwarves, magic, and monsters.
Gotcha.
Witches, however, are created by magic to fight monsters in particular. They're kind of like super soldiers with no political affiliation.
Okay.
And rumoured to have no emotions either.
But now, the books were
job
popular.
really easy.
The books, they were popular, like 15 million copies or something sold.
Yes.
But what really drove it then were the video games.
Yes, yeah, lots and lots of games. It's one of the highest-selling games ever. And I was a big fan of the game, and that's how I discovered it. That's why I discovered The Witcher.
See, it's a bit of the world that has passed me by. I have never played a video game. But you get into it, don't you? Like, you nearly lost quite an important job?
Absolutely, yeah. I was playing a game called World of Warcraft. And,
I've heard of all of them.
Yeah. And I missed the call from Zack Snyder to tell me I got Superman.
But, like, did you hear the phone ringing?
I did.
And you chose to ignore it?
Absolutely.
Did you win the video game?
Sadly, no. But I did call Zack back afterwards.
Oh, yeah, that was wise.
Yeah.
OK, we've got a clip of The Witcher, and this is you confronting one of the many monsters you meet along the way. I'm not a trained fighter myself, but I would have thought that hair is an accident waiting to happen. Like, you think the chain will get caught in your hair or something?
Yeah, it does.
OK.
That stuff happens.
Would you not put a little sensible little man bun in for fight scenes and then have it down in the evening?
It is tied back.
Oh, that is?
Yeah, that is tied back. You should see it down. It's gorgeous.
Is it the same with the cape when you're Superman? Because I imagine the cape looks great, but I would imagine in the course of your everyday life, it's not going to go where you want it to go.
You can't walk backwards with capes.
You can't.
That's the rule.
You can't.
Oh, it's like flippers, capes and flippers.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you can only walk backwards in flippers.
Yes.
That's what it is, yeah. And you were
Don't wear them at the same time.
Yeah. You just stood still. Yeah, Aquaman. Yeah. But now, you know, for all these roles, you have to be in amazing shape. So was The Witcher the same, where you just have to kind of shred?
Yes. The training for these kind of things, the most important thing is your own health. It's so you can stay physically fit without injuries while doing all these crazy things like being thrown against pillars or jumping out of airplanes. That's what it really is for. I mean, yes, you're supposed to look a certain way aesthetically, especially if you're getting a shirt off, but it's mostly for just staying healthy.
But the weird thing is, and this doesn't sound very healthy, if you're doing one of those shirt things, you can't...
Shirtless.
Shirtless.
Yes.
If you're doing a shirtless scene, what's that? You have to dehydrate yourself.
Oh, yeah. That is that's the worst part of it. Like, diet is difficult, and you're hungry, but when you're dehydrating for 3 days, you get to the point on the last day where you can smell water, like, nearby.
So why did you do that? To get super toad?
It gets it makes your skin really thin, so it sits on the muscles.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
So if you've got a scene with your top off, because Brydon came out of the sea in Gavin and Stacey, I did not dehydrate for 3 days. I think I had a Fanta, didn't I, before I did? So you're going to be dehydrating.
Yes.
I was in good shape.
Yeah.
So you and then it makes it all. Oh.
Yeah.
But for 3 days, that can't be good.
That's not
for you.
healthy.
It's not no water for 3 days.
Okay.
On the first day, you'll have like 1.5 litres, and the second day, half a litre, and then the third day, no water, and you'll shoot the fourth.
And the funeral is on the 6th day.
Sometimes they don't shoot the scene till the end of the 4th day as well, and so you're the most miserable person on the planet.
Can't speak.
And do you do press-ups just before? Because I would.
Yes.
I think
You did?
I did, yes, I know.
Yeah.
I caught him round the corner.
Yeah, she did. She found me round the corner of the kind of, tent thing on the beach. And I was doing press-ups in a desperate last-minute attempt to look like to go in that direction.
But now, Rob, in terms of how you look,
Thank you.
you've had
Thanks a lot.
yeah, no, you've had lookalikes over the years.
All right.
Now you're now Anton de Beck.
Oh, now why does it have to be every time?
It's this time of year. It's strictly. At least you made it to the final this year.
I got to the final.
You must have been thrilled.
I was over the moon. I mean, when I had Anne Widdecombe that time, it was very hard. I mean, has Anton passed you by, Henry, in the stratosphere? Are you not aware of him?
No, I'm aware of him.
All right.
No.
I get mistaken for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I got that.
Yeah.
All right.
But now, I think you didn't see it. I can't see it at all. Yeah. But no, this is uncanny because apparently
All right.
you have a new lookalike, don't you?
Who's this? Let's see.
This is you posted this.
The Keep Fit guy?
Yeah.
Yes.
This is good. This is a personal
This
trainer.
is a step up, Graham. It's a step up.
Yeah, this is a personal trainer in New York. Feast your eyes on him.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, come on.
Look at that! Oh, he can do it and everything. Well done. His name is Jeff Cavalieri.
Or is it?
Rob Brydon.
Wow, look, that's what I'd look like if I dehydrated for a year.
He looks a lot more worried than you, though, I think.
He does.
Yeah, because someone's told him he looks like Rob Brydon.
Very good. Now, moving on. Treat for everybody. On Christmas Day this year, it's the return of Gavin and Stacey. On this very channel, Christmas Day, 8:30, and it's 10 years.
I know. 2010, New Year's Day was when the last episode went out.
How did that happen?
Crazy.
Mad. And it must have been quite, we were talking just backstage, quite stressful. I mean, obviously you kind of thought, oh, lovely, but at the same time you don't want to, get it wrong.
No pressure then. Yeah, we were very keen to try and keep the warmth that was always there. We also didn't want... Obviously, you think about some spectacular storylines because you think, well, people will want something spectacular to happen, and actually, I don't know that they do. So we did toy with the idea of maybe, Gavin having some sort of affair or whatever. We just didn't feel that was the show, really. Mm-hmm. Or, would they be divorced? Well, maybe they are. But no, we really wanted to hold on to the original heart of the show. So I hope we've done it.
And what was it like getting everybody back together again? Because, everybody's busy and suddenly everyone has to find the same amount of time at
Well, that was amazing. I was sure it wouldn't happen because there was literally a sort of 2 to 3 week window. I know that I was free, and I thought, there's no way. But we did, and it was so lovely. It was so... it was really emotional because they're people that I'd seen pretty much everyone over the years, but never all together. And honestly, it was the happiest job I've ever done.
Filling up now.
No, I get very emotional. It's true
that's
because...
lovely.
And it's a show that's only grown, you know, since it's been away. It seems to have got bigger, and people are they're so fond of it.
So we're meeting all the characters again after 10 years. Is there anything you can tell us? Obviously, it's Christmas time.
We can tell you that we go to Barry
Yes.
for Christmas lunch, and we can tell you that Bryn is cooking the lunch.
I'm still wearing a 100% polyester wardrobe, which he wears the trousers, the jumper, and it was so hot in Barry.
Yeah.
I was filming in Greece, sweating. I thought, I'll be in Barry and I'll be lovely. And wearing these clothes, and we had to keep being reminded, it's Christmas. So when the scene's out in the street, you go, ooh, and it was absolutely baking, wasn't it?
Yeah,
and there were crowds, I mean, literally hundreds of people in the street. I mean, it was astonishing.
People came from all over. They came from Scotland down to Barry Island to watch it. It was amazing. It was a huge compliment, but...
It was a really special job, you know, seeing all the people again, and I think it's really good. The script's terrific.
Oh. Well, we've got a clip. Now, such is the secrecy surrounding the show, Rob isn't in this clip. But...
He is mentioned.
You're mentioned, so we know you're in the episode. This is Nessa and Stacey discussing Christmas gifts.
All right, Stace, what's occurring?
Oh, Ness, I'm not remotely Christmassy.
I know.
I mean, it's Christmas Eve and I've still got presents to buy. That is so not me. I'm only all done by November.
Did you get Gwen a bath bomb?
Yes.
And what two did you get Gavin in the end?
But we're not doing presents this year. We're getting new kitchen cupboards, we are, in the sales. That's really boring, isn't it?
I'm not going to lie, Stace. That's the worst present I ever heard of. And last year, I gave Bryn some strep cells.
Have you watched Gavin and Stacey? A little bit. Yeah. Because you love being Nessa.
I do. I feel very empowered when I'm Nessa because she, you know, she doesn't care. I love it. She's very, very confident. She wears clothes I would never, ever wear. She wears a leather miniskirt. She doesn't care what's on show. And there's something quite masculine about her. She's very, very sort of alpha female. And when we were filming, of course, we had people would come and they'd be quite noisy outside sometimes, but it was great because I could just go outside the arcade, for example, and just go, oh! We're trying to film in there, all right? Now, do you want a selfie or what? Yeah. Go, right, well, can it? Keep it quiet, all right, or I won't come back. Simple as. Your choice. And I loved it. And also people sometimes would come up, a lot of the time they'd come up for autographs, wouldn't they? And again, I could just be really rude. So I remember one guy came up to me and he didn't have a top on. And I don't think he looked quite like you would.
Had he been dehydrating?
No. In fact, he'd very much been hydrating with some beer. And anyway, and he went, oh, Ness, come and have a photo now, will you? Come on and come and meet the wife over there. And I went, where to's the wife? And she's just over there, she is. Come on, come over. So I walked over with him and he went and put his arm around me. Oh. Now, height of summer, right? Beer drinking, you can imagine the scene. But because I wasn't... If I'd been Ruth Jones, I'd have gone, oh, yeah, that's fine. But because I was Nessa, I was able to go, oh, love, back off! What do you think you're doing? Don't touch what you can't afford, all right? And it's great, it's very empowering.
Because, Rob, now, with the trip, that's kind of gone global. That's sold all over the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well, here, it's a TV series here, but around the world, it's a film. And you must now, when you go home, you must look up on YouTube, because they dub it into other languages.
OK.
So you can see it in Spanish. So I was keen to see this. I thought, what sort of voice have they given me? And it starts off with Steve, right? And he's driving the car, and I'm next to him. They've given him a very sexy Spanish voice. So he's driving going, "Cuanto le meste vigole bellaro. El diablo te chante bellayo." And I'm just sat there like this. Then we're in a restaurant. I'm still not speaking, just him. Esto le batte di biglio, hold it. I still say nothing. I'm thinking, what is my voice going to be? Then we get back in the car. Again, it's him. And I go... 47th sexiest man in Wales.
But what intrigues me, when they dub it into different languages, I don't know if you watched enough to get this, but when they do the impressions, what are they doing impressions of? Are they doing impressions of the people who dubbed them in those countries?
That's an interesting point. Alle spazio di carte e l'altro sulle virate di batte. Mi amano Michael Caine.
Very good.
Not bad.
Yeah, no, very good.
Good try.
Yeah.
Good try.
Good, good. Right, it is time to meet my next guest. This Christmas marks the end of an era as the Star Wars saga comes to a close in The Rise of Skywalker. Let's meet its British star. It's Daisy Ridley, everybody! Yay! Hello. Hi, so good to see you. How you doing? Really well. Come in and sit down. Hello. Ruth. Hello. Rob. Nice to meet you. Daisy. Oh,
Lovely to meet you.
hello, hello, hello. Well, you've met everybody. How are you?
Good. I must apologise for John's absence. He's
Oh, yes, John.
very ill.
Okay.
Like, really ill. So, many apologies.
Now, have you met everyone before?
No.
I'm really thrilled to be meeting you guys.
No offence, Henry.
No, I was like...
Oh, no. Well, no, in heresy, we auditioned for a film together that neither of us got. So we've met
Yep.
before, yeah. But you guys, we were doing... I didn't get ill once shooting Star Wars, and we did some reshoots, and I turned up and I was not feeling well. I was doing a very Star Warsy thing, and I kept having to go and be sick, which was awful. So I was signed off for 2 days and binge-watched Gavin and Stacey.
Oh.
Yeah, so I feel like worlds are colliding.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
Well, listen, congratulations, Daisy Ridley. You've done it. Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is out now. And, I mean, look, the poster kind of... There's a slight spoiler in the poster in that this is kind of your story. Your character ties the whole thing up. Fair to say?
Fair to say.
Yeah. It's all about you. Yeah. And now people are losing their minds about this. It's so, like, people just love this thing. So is there anything you can tell us about it? What's the kind of...
Not too much, because I'm going tomorrow with my sons.
OK.
OK.
So don't give anything...
OK. Well, we pick up a year after. The sort of time jump has been as is from The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Rey is further along in her studies. And it's basically all the things we love about Star Wars. Good versus evil. Love, finding the people that you choose to be your family. And, you know, lots of laughs, lots of tears.
But it seems to me, it's a real kind of love letter to Star Wars fans. It's kind of... Every little thing is tied up and answered and finished and... Yeah.
It's insane that they've been able to do it. I do think JJ and Chris have done the most amazing job by finishing off 9 films.
Like, that is... Yeah.
It's nuts.
And also films that they didn't start.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That started 40-odd years ago.
And that they were fans of.
Yeah.
Before you were born. Look, I tell you what, let's have a look at Star Wars. This is... oh, now, Rob, you're not in this either. You're not in...
No,
Yeah,
they mention me, though.
No, not even mention this.
OK.
But this is you fleeing the stormtroopers. They're still after you.
We've spotted the fugitives.
They fly now? They fly now! Whoa! They fly now. Spoiler. 9 films in, they discover they can fly. What does this button do? Oh, look. And we know that that Carrie Fisher is in this film, but it's not in a... So they haven't done that CGI thing.
No, it was stuff we'd shot from episode 7.
So when you're watching it, do you remember what the original context was?
Yes.
So it must be so strange.
Yeah, and it is, you know, because obviously a lot of it's so emotional. But when the hug that we have to do, when we were hugging, she said, this is the longest fucking hug in the world. That hug. So I remember being like... yeah, so it's laced with hilarity.
Yeah. And so the journey ends, and, you know, this has been your life for the last, what, 6, 7 years?
Yeah.
So do you know that this is your, you know, did they tell you, this is it, we're never going to see you again?
Yeah, well, they didn't say that. they said, this is it.
You are dead to us.
Yeah, bye-bye forever. Yeah, no, this was it. And you really felt it on set, too. The last day was horribly emotional. Oh. Yeah. I can't remember what I said in my speech.
Oh, you would make a little speech?
Oh, yeah. JJ was passing me the mic and I was like, oh... I was like, I've had the amazing time. I can't remember a word of it. It was so awful. And even he was like, that was embarrassing.
Crew walking away. Leave her to it. And what are you going to do now? You going to take a rest, or are you going to try and do something where there are no...
I'm trying to work. But I'm unemployed.
You're unemployed?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm auditioning, various things.
OK.
Please, someone employ me.
Yeah.
I'd love to work.
It's so rare we get actors coming on asking, like, making a plea.
Yeah.
Kind of going, I've just been in the largest franchise in the world. I'd now like another job.
Yeah, I'd love it.
Do you know, with your little bob,
Yeah.
like that, you could be the sort of the prettier daughter of Nessa. If you
hoped you were going to say that. As you said that, I was like, am I going to be next? Oh, my God.
Can you do a Cardiff... Oh, Days.
Oh.
You do a Cardiff accent?
Oh, no.
That's cracking. Oh, that's very good.
I wouldn't be your daughter, but can I be your friend? That would be great.
I'll think about it.
Oh, I so hope this happens. Daisy Ridley and Gavin Stacey. But now, here's a weird thing. So, Daisy Ridley in Gavin and Stacey, Rob Brydon in Star Wars. You have been in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Have you?
Listen up.
True story.
When I was at school. Yeah. Now, you see, I'm 54. So when Star Wars came out, I was at school. Before I met you, this was in Swansea. Incidentally, Catherine Zeta-Jones was at that school, just by the by. And Star Wars came out, and me and a few friends wrote a stage version of Star Wars. And we put it on at the school, and we couldn't make an R2-D2 because it's a very difficult shape. So we made a K9 from Doctor Who, which is just a box and another box. and I was Luke, and we did it in Swansea.
Amazing.
Yeah. Wow. Amazing with a small A, admittedly.
Yeah. But no, lovely that would little Rob ever imagined you'd be here with the star of Star Wars?
No, not in a million years. It must be strange for someone who wasn't born when those came out, because I think these new films, particularly The Force Awakens, and I think this is the same sort of spirit as The Force Awakens. The Force Awakens I found to be so
nostalgic,
emotional, and because it had the spirit. I thought it was just wonderful, and I'm looking forward to the same thing tomorrow. But for people who were around when it initially came out, it was very emotional.
Oh, I remember going to see it. Was it 1977, 78?
I think it was around.
I remember doing chores around the house, me and my cousin Gabby, and we saved up enough money to go down to... Do you remember Cinema 2 down in Treco Bay?
Yes.
Went down to see it.
Wales is a major country. They don't all know each other.
And it was just the most incredible... Because nothing like that... We'd had Star Trek, hadn't we?
On the telly.
On the telly.
We had television, Graham, before you come in with one of your witticisms. We had television.
But it was just something else.
Yeah.
Really
No, it was very exciting.
But I think what Rob says, right, that it must be so weird for you meeting people who just have, like, you must be like, get up, what's wrong with you?
Well, I've never really loved anything that much. Like, I've never been a fan of anything that much. So I sort of envy people that feel that. Because I think how amazing it must be to want to travel somewhere else to, you know, go to a convention or whatever it is. It's such a beautiful, unifying
I think
thing.
if it comes from your childhood and it takes you back to a sort of simpler time and it's all rather lovely. Yeah, it's just a very nice, warm, comforting thing.
Well, talking of your childhood and now your production in Cardiff, we've got a few lines of dialogue.
Right, yes.
Between Luke and Leia. So I just wondered, would you and Ruth like to have a go and maybe recreate?
We could do a Bryn and Nessa take on Star Wars.
Okay, Bryn and Nessa take on Star Wars.
We could
I've got
try
the
that.
things.
Is it a nice big font? Graham?
Nice big font. Here we go. Okay.
All right.
Okay. So
Right,
are you ready?
I'm always
Okay.
ready.
Do we have some music? Some music, some nice Star Wars music on
standing
TV?
up? Are we doing-
Okay, Star Wars music.
That's
Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. Now, I'm sorry, Leia. I'm very late, I know, and I'll tell you for why.
All right, Luke, what's occurring?
Well, what it is, I've just been with my friend C3P... C3P...
Oh.
That's it. Now, tell me, Ness, do you know the Force?
Of course I know the Force. What you take me for, a fool?
Well, you see, the Force is very strong in my family. I have the Force. My brother Trevor had the Force, God rest his soul. And my sister has the Force. But here's the thing. Surprise! 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 You are my sister, Leia.
I know. I've always known.
Fair enough.
So, where to you going now, then?
I'm heading off, Leia, for a little chat with Darth Vader. And I'll tell you what, that guy is a shower of shit.
Oh, Luke, that's no way to talk about your father.
Darth Vader's my father? Well, blow me.
Back off, Luke. You had your chance. You never took it.
Sorry, Leia. May the Force be with you.
Tidy.
A whole new franchise. That's a new franchise.
New franchise. And the real Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker, is out now. Thank you very much, Daisy Ridley. Right, it's time for music, and it's a Christmas treat. This man has won 18 Brits and sold over 80 million albums worldwide. Here performing Fairy Tales, it is Mr. Robbie Williams!
Raise up your glass, mighty heathen. Raise it up while we're still breathing. You and I don't need a season to start it all out for no reason. Here we come, howling at dawn in the sun. Bring a friend. We'll need someone to blame when we're done. 2, 3, 4. I hear them calling, the angels are singing from far away. There it is. When I get this feeling, then I stop believing in fairy tales. And even though sometimes we're drifting apart, 'tis the season to make a new start. In Christmas. Next year I wish you more laughter, or plenty whatever you're after. Here we come. Let's howl at the moon and the sun. Laugh along. We'll need someone to blame when we're done. 2, 3, 4. I hear them calling, the angels are singing from far away. When I get this feeling, then I stop believing in fairy tales. And even though sometimes we're drifting apart, 'tis the season to make a new start. And we all believe in Christmas. None of you gave up, that was so good. Here we are, let's howl at the moon from the bar. come on, start. Everyone knows who we are. 2 choruses, let's go. I hear them calling, the angels are singing from far away. I get this feeling and I stop believing in fairy tales. And even though sometimes we're drifting apart, 'tis the season to make a new start. Sometimes you've gotta look deep in your heart, zero the score and follow the stars. And we all believe in Christmas. Well done, everybody.
Beautiful.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Robbie Williams! How lovely was that? Come on over, do! And the band! Well done, the band! Thank you very much, sir. It was lovely. It was such a lovely song. It's gorgeous. That is Rob Brydon. Ruth, Henry Cavill, Daisy Ridley.
How you doing?
They're all here.
Hello. Hi, gorgeous. Hello.
Hello.
Nice to see you.
Oh, wow. Have a seat. Merry Christmas.
Hey, Merry Christmas to you. It's always very interesting to see, like, me making people do audience participation and then the group of people that just don't want to do it at all, but kind of have to go along with everybody else.
Yeah, that was Henry Cavill. Nothing. Nothing from Henry Cavill. Although, Daisy Ridley, you were in it. You were you were committed. But no, Henry,
Thanks, everybody. Sorry for making you do that.
They liked it. They liked it.
Hi, guys. Hi. Oh, you've done good talking. That's down there that we're listening to. It's like really good talking.
Singing was great. The singing was good.
I tried.
I'm really excited to meet you, like, slightly a bit fan-struck.
Oh,
But
me
also,
too.
more than that, you've got a bit of foundation on your shoulder.
Oh, from
and
you.
I feel I have to do that to you, even though I have only just met you.
Oh, bless.
There you go.
I
Now you're
I've
perfect.
loved meeting you too. I love the show. It makes you
you.
feel so safe, and there's an amazing power in that. So I'm
thank
glad
you.
you're all back doing it.
That's
Yeah.
very kind, thank you.
There's also you.
Oh yeah, yeah. It goes without saying.
But no, but you.
Yeah.
You
I
were
love
kind of
Star
but
Trek.
but no,
Makes you feel so safe. Star Trek.
no, but you were a proper fan. Didn't you have a thing in your house?
I did. I had a lightsaber from the film, and I had a full-size stormtrooper. Yeah.
Stormtrooper, yeah.
Stormtrooper. And yeah.
In your house?
You were a child.
Yeah, when I was a child, we were very, very rich and stuff.
Those are some pop star purchases.
Well, it was a council house, so we could afford lots of different things.
The rent was so cheap, we didn't know what to spend the money on.
No, it was after I left Take That.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but they got rid of it in the end.
Oh,
Yeah.
who did?
The wife. Get rid of that.
What do you do with an old stormtrooper?
Well, we didn't have room, so I swapped it for a full-size Rob Brydon.
Less space.
Hey, Robbie Williams, another #1 album, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, like, it is, you know, joking aside, like your 13th #1 album. That's a spectacular achievement.
Yeah, it is, yeah. It's the equivalent of stretching an elastic band from Stoke to Venus. I don't know how it's happened. It's bewildering, but it has.
But the only other person to have done it is Elvis.
He won't stay dead, though. He'll have another one out soon, sooner than I would like him to have another one out.
But that, I mean, seriously, I'm thrilled for you. And I think one of those weird things, I think everyone's thrilled for you. It's a
Oh, well,
thing.
bless you. Thank you. No, and, you know, I'm 45 now, and you sort of, your lifespan of a pop star, you're supposed to fizzle out when you're about 32 or 27 or whatever. And to be 45 and still doing it and still, you know, relevant and still about, it feels more special than it's ever felt in my whole career. So
I'm glad. I'm glad. Am I right in thinking that you, formerly, Robbie Williams' bad boy, you weren't that big a Christmas fan?
I was more a New Year's Eve fan.
But now you're a dad and everything. Presumably that makes you Christmassy, doesn't it?
Yeah, so I was a kid and I loved it. Then I was a teenager and it was sort of euphoric and amazing. And then I did too much of that and then had to stop doing that. And then you're sort of left with all the blanks that you were filling in. And then Christmas is like sort of, you should be happy now, really, really happy. And you're just going, I'm not. And then you sort that out for however many years it takes to sort that out. Then you meet your wife, and then I meet your wife, which was weird.
I know.
And then I
had no use for her.
I met my wife, and she's just like a professional memory maker. And I've sort of been taken on this tidal wave of just incredible memories that she creates. Now we've got 3 kids, and I absolutely love it again. It's my favourite time of the year.
Oh, that's so cute. And yeah,
and then. And I also like Easter, so I'm putting out an Easter record too.
What's the thing about that you've invented Christmas traditions? What's that about?
In America, our house is sort of like a British enclave, is it? Is that what you call it? It's just full of British people and then my extended American family. And we decided one day that we'd make up a tradition and fool our American family and friends. And it's called Break the Bread. And you have a baguette. And we say it's British, but the baguette's already French. You get, like, 2 American people to hold at either end. And then all the British people start going, break the bread, break the bread, break the bread. And then you get somebody to karate chop the bread. And then everybody goes, way! And everybody's drunk, and you completely forget about it until next Christmas when the Americans come round and they go, we're not going to break the bread.
That beautiful tradition.
Yeah.
It actually sounds quite fun.
Yeah.
I like to break the bread. And we must quickly mention you've got a very special one-off gig in Stoke-on-Trent on the 20th of June.
Yes. I'm going back to Vale Park. It's going to be very, very emotional. I'm very, very excited about it.
Yeah.
It's a big deal for me and the people of the 5 towns. So, yeah, it's going to be incredible.
Well, listen, good luck with that special gig, and thank you for bringing Christmas to us tonight. Robbie Williams, everybody. Woo! Beautiful. That's nearly it. Before we go, just time for a visit to the big red chair. Who do we have? Hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Very well, thank you.
Marvellous. What's your name?
Maitland.
Maitland?
Yes.
Lovely. And where are you from, Maitland?
Originally Aberdeen.
Originally? Where are you now?
I live in London. I'm a London tour guide.
Really? What bit of London are all over it?
Every bit.
Every bit. What is the most interesting thing in London? What is the thing that people don't normally see that they should?
The backstage red chair of Graham Norton.
Oh, well, good answer, Maitland. He's learning on the job. OK, Maitland, off you go with your story.
A long, long time ago, I used to be a cocktail barmaid in Aberdeen. And in the late 70s, different times, you had to wear dresses that were kind of short and low and all that jazz.
Maitland.
I know, terrible. And one Christmas, bar's really, really busy. Cocktail orders are flying in, and you had to add up the whole round in your head before you then put everything into the till as one amount, and the till drawer would then open, money in, all done. So I've done all that, I've put in the amount, I plunged it down, and the guy behind shouts in another order, which means I have to then press a button to close the till drawer. And as I press the button to close the till drawer, the dangly bits of my uniform get stuck in the till shelf, which means that my boobs and then my nipples got trapped in the till as it was shutting. And of course I let out a yowl, and my co-worker went, "What's the matter?" And it's really loud, it's Christmas in the pub, and I had to shout, "My nipples are stuck in the till."
That's a very good story. You can definitely walk. Walk. Oh, you want to be flipped? OK, there you go. Christmas tree. The most surprising bit of that story was there was a cocktail bar in Aberdeen in the 1970s. I'll have a gin and tonic. Why not? Do you have time for one more? Oh, go on. OK, what's Christmas? Hello.
Hello.
Hi, what's your name?
Agard.
Agard?
Yeah.
And where are you from, Agard?
Originally Namibia.
Namibia?
Yeah.
Wow. And where do you live now?
In Chelmsford.
That's like the worst sat-nav ever. Where are we, darling? Chelmsford. What do you do in Chelmsford?
I'm an intensive care doctor.
Oh, now see, there's a lovely thing. But he's taking the night off, I don't know. Okay. Off you go with your story.
Okay, when we were medical students in South Africa, they started using medical students because of the shortage of doctors. So they sent us to all these rural places, to these hospitals to do basic medical work. So we were really excited. We had no experience, but we were going to do some stitching. And then, so here was I and my mate, and we were sitting there when we got our first 2 patients, and we were going to do these lacerations. And I could hear through a thin curtain, oh, sorry, I'll give you some more local anesthetic. And oh, it's really painful. And then his head came through the curtain, and he said, this bloody woman can still feel after 4 ampules of local anesthetic. I said, you know she can hear you through the curtain. He said, oh, sorry about that. And he's like, so can you please help me? I'm like, did you look at the expiry date? And he said, no, where do you look at that? I said, just give me the ampule. And I look and I said, this is tetanus. You've given her 4 ampules of tetanus. I said, is she going to be okay? I said, well, I think she's never going to have tetanus.
That's a good story, dude. You can walk as well. Oh, you want to be... Oh, you want to be... Okay, there you go. Merry Christmas. That really is all we've got time for. If you'd like to have a go in the register yourself and tell your story, you can contact us via our website. This is the address. Please say a huge thank you to all of my guests tonight. Robbie Williams, Brydon, Ruth Jones, Henry Cavill, and Daisy Ridley. We'll be back on New Year's Eve with a ridiculously packed Hogmanay sofa, including Melanie C, Stephen Graham, Mossy Mabutsi, Florence Pugh, Anthony Joshua, Matthew Rees, and Tom Hanks. Until then, have a very happy Christmas. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye. And very finally, I'd just like to remember our good friend, Betty Hoskins, who passed away this week. She played an enormous part in the success of our show in the Channel 4 days, and for that, we will always be so grateful. Our thoughts are with Betty's family and friends. She'll be missed.